Begin the class, right? So this is the first thing we talk about is the reproduction in plants. Okay, the reproduction in plants. So now looking at the notes, right? So it basically looks something like that. Now the first thing we need to understand is the general cycle. Okay, this is the general cycle of plants. So with seeds, right? This is seeds. So seed, then after, okay, where is number 1? Okay, here, pollination and fertilization. Okay, from the adult, and then after that you get the fruits, then dispersal, the seed will germinate, become seedling, and then get young plant, and they get the adult plant again. Okay, so over here there are a few keywords. So for example, first one is pollination, and then second one is fertilization, and then there's germination, and then there's dispersal. So from here we already know what are the keywords and what are the main things, subtopics. We call it the subtopics that you need to know. For example, for you to do well in this chapter, you need to know what is germination. What's the meaning of germination? Right? Do you know what is germination?
The seed which is growing to be a young plant.
Yeah, so growing up to be a young plant. But in germination, if you take a look at this photograph here, this picture, right, there's something that happens to it first. What's going on here? The root comes out first, right? Okay, and then after that, the shoot comes out. Now, another thing you need to know for germination is what are the requirements? What's the criteria for germination to take place? You know?
Warm,
Yep.
oxygen,
Yep.
and water.
Yeah, correct. Does it need sunlight? Don't need sunlight. How come don't need sunlight?
Because have the seedling.
Yeah, right. So because at this point of time there isn't any leaves, so even if there's sunlight, also cannot germinate. Okay.
Maybe the seed leaf is inside.
The seed leaf, yeah, the seed leaf is here. Okay, so this is where we take a look. Let's see if there's any. Okay, here don't show anything. Seeds. Okay, let's Google germination. Okay, so you can see this. This is a very good picture, right? The first one. So this is germination, right? It's an actual photograph. So germination, the process starts always with the root. Now, some questions actually ask, why is it that I must start from root? How come don't let the shoot come out first? Why must let the root? Why is it that the root comes out first in this case? Any idea? No idea, never mind. I was just asking. Okay, so the reason why the root comes out first is, now I want you to imagine a scenario where the shoot comes out first. Now if the shoot comes out first and then there's no root to hold the seed in place, it's going to drop down. Okay, the whole, it's like your head is very big, but that body very small, right? Is it going to topple? Can you name me one cartoon character that's like that? I give you one, Humpty Dumpty, right? What happened to Humpty Dumpty? Fell off the wall, correct? Why? The head too big. Okay, so this is the same. The head too big, no have leg, no support, right? It will drop. Okay, so that's the reason why you're going to have to need the roots to come out first before the shoot. So before the shoot actually comes out, where does it get its energy from? Just now Lily told me, it's from the seed leaves. Correct, which is like here, inside here. So as it is growing, as the shoot is growing, what's going to happen to the size of this seed leaf?
You drop off.
Yeah, it drop off. In fact, it will become smaller and smaller, okay, until it disappears. Right, it just grows smaller until it disappears. Where's the back? Right. Okay, yeah, so you just grow smaller until do you know what I'm talking about? The seed leaf grows smaller and disappear. Right, so it doesn't matter what seed it is, it will always be the root comes out first. And of course, there are other questions that says that what if I put the seed in a cupboard? Can it still germinate? Put inside a cupboard?
Yeah.
Can. Why?
Because it does not need sunlight.
Yes, exactly. Okay, it doesn't need sunlight at all. So that's the germination process. Okay, next they have the pollination and fertilization. Do you know what's the pollination process? What does it mean? What's pollination? Or give me an example. I don't need the definition. I just want to see whether you understand. What is pollination? Something. Pollination means it has to do with pollen grains, right? What's so special about the pollen grains?
The
Pollination. Yep.
pollen grains will go to the stigma.
Look at the bee, so cute. Bee got mouth or not? Bee don't have mouth, right? Does bee have mouth? I think have. I think have. Wait, later we gotta take a look at the picture. Okay, but this is pollination first. So what happens is that this happy bee, when it comes here, what is it trying to do? Is it trying to pollinate? Does it know that it's pollinating? No, it doesn't know, right? What it's doing is it's just coming here to get food because it's hungry. So as it's trying to get food, right, it has to go in to get the nectar. But because it has got hairy leg, hairy body, hairy eyeballs or hairy wings, no, I don't have hairy eyeballs. Eyeball look very funny, but it's not hairy, okay? But the pollen grains, can you see the pollen grains here? Don't have, don't have. Here don't have. It's a very tiny, tiny little dot. They get stuck onto the hairy body. And then the bee, you know, after getting food from here, this is a male one, okay, fly to the female one. It doesn't know that it's pollinating, by the way. It goes there and then the pollen grains go in to the female part of the flower and gets fertilized. Okay, so which part is pollination? Is when the bee takes the pollen grain, go to the other one. That is the pollination process. Okay, because later on, it's called the fertilization process. Don't mix up. Can? Right? Okay. So before we can study the pollination, or rather when we are studying pollination, you will be introduced to this concept called the male parts and the female parts of the flower. So we gotta go back. What are the male and female parts of the flower? Okay. Very funny, you cannot see it. Male parts of flower. Yeah. Okay, so this is a typically how it looks like. Okay, typical one, not all flowers like that, right? So typical. So we have the male and the female parts. Okay, this one doesn't show exactly. Okay, can you tell me which one are the male and which one are the female parts? Wait, this one better. These two bigger. Okay, which one are the male? Which one are the female?
These two are the male.
Yep. Then
this tree is the female.
Which tree?
This.
Yeah, the stigma, style, and the ovary. Okay. So the where can you find the pollen grains? Where the pollen grains come from?
The anther.
Which part?
The male.
Anther, right over here. Anther, this part. Okay. So when the bee comes, I actually I have no idea where's the nectar. Don't know where. Maybe like somewhere here. Somewhere here. So the bee comes in, right? It's trying to dig for nectar, but the leg will be like stuck here. Like that, then the mouth go in. Okay? Right? Yeah, hey, let's check. Does bees have mouth? Okay, I'm curious. Does bees have mouth? Yes, it does. And it's so ugly looking. Oh my god. Okay, the bee has a mouth. And the mouth is like a really long tongue. With so many names, right? So it's like going in. This is the part that goes in, right? To get the nectar. And then after that, it's like a straw that sucks up. So that's why I say, you see, even the eyes also look hairy.
So disgusting.
Yeah, so you know, so next time you can ask, or people ask you, bees got hairy eyes or not? Yes. You see the eyes also look hairy. Hard to see, when the eyes are so hairy. I think this is the eyes. The head, the head is hairy. The eyes is the one on the right side. Right side.
Black one.
The black. That one is shiny one. Okay, that part. The eyes not hairy. Sorry. Only but the entire body is hairy. Okay, so this is how it gets its pollen grain. So bees have mouth. Does bees have brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Check does bees have brain? Where? That's the brain. Yeah? Tiny little brain. Over here. Yeah, tiny brain. Okay, so it does have a brain. Respiratory. Oh, this is the sting. The sting can go back and come out. Can keep and come out. Right? When it's danger, it will come out. And it will start to sting people. Have you ever got stung by a bee before? Hey, they have a honey stomach. What's that? Okay, that's where the honey goes in and kept here. Do you know why? What does it do with the honey? Do you know?
Eat the queen bee.
Yeah, give to the queen, right?
Why don't you give itself?
You eat a bit itself, but the rest give to the bee. So the queen bee. So the queen bee just sit at home and give me bee, give me honey, give me honey, right? So the extra, what does it do? It uses to build the nest. It stores it at the nest, right? So that's why we say that bees are very hardworking, right? Why? Because even when the queen is full, the worker bee will still go and get more honey to store everything at home. Do you store food at home? Yes. Okay, we put it in the fridge, right? But they put it in their, don't know what do you call that? Beehive. Yeah. Okay, and interesting thing is that they know how to make it like a hexagon shape one. They know how to make hexagon shape. Okay, very interesting. Let's see beehive. Hexagon beehive. See, they know how to do that.
I saw this before. I saw this before.
Have you eaten it before?
No.
I tell you where I can eat this. You go to this, there was this buffet that I went to. I think it's at Shangri-La Hotel. Okay, no. Bugis Junction, Hotel Intercontinental. Right? Buffet, they don't have bee, but they got this thing. They put this thing there, so it will drip, the honey will drip, then you can just scoop. Then they say freshest honey in the world. Right? Because it's like straight from their house. Okay, so I don't know why they know how to do this. Very interesting. Okay, it's like they use a ruler to measure, or maybe it's the size of their head. It's like just nice. They go in. It's like just nice. Right? They know how to. Seriously, how do they do that? Right? Very weird, right? Honey bee comb. Okay, some people actually eat, they break and they eat, just suck. Then you get the honey in Australia. Right, I've seen that before. Right? Okay, so that was pollination. Next, we'll go to fertilization. Let's check out fertilization. Of flower. Okay, hey, this is so cute. Let's take a look. Maybe it's like a P1 drawing. Okay, then let's find another one. Okay, so what is fertilization? This looks good. No, this doesn't look good. Fertilization, we gotta focus on this one. Okay, the female part, right? The female part. So you can see the pollen tube. So the bee will bring the pollen grain, drop here, the light yellow color thing, and then the light yellow color thing will just get fertilized. Now after fertilization, a tube actually grows. This tube will grow and go in. One more time. Do you know that? That it grows. Like one tube will grow. Okay, I'm going to show you the pollen. This flower tube. What? Oh, what? How to cancel the whole thing? Okay, pollen tube. There, this one. You see, once the bee deposits the pollen grain here, alright, something will grow. The pollen tube, we call it a pollen tube. It will grow, grow, and go into the ovary. Okay, right? So when it goes into, now as it's growing, is it fertilized? Not yet, no. Only when it goes in, right, goes into the egg, then it's fertilized. So fertilization is the process where the pollen grain, you must say the pollen grain meets with the egg. Then it's called fertilized.
This is the egg.
The
blue one.
Yeah, the egg cell.
That was the orange.
Polar nuclei, I have no idea. Right there. Probably don't need to know. Okay, so you can see many other examples. The tube must go in. You meet already, then fertilize. Right, so that is the fertilization process. Okay, the fertilization process is like that. Now, after fertilization, what happens? Something happens, right? Something becomes the fruit and something becomes the seed. What becomes fruit and what becomes seed? Do you know?
The ovary becomes the fruit and
Yep.
the seeds become
The ovule becomes the
become the
seed, correct? So this whole thing is called the ovary. Yeah? This whole thing becomes the ovary. Yeah, sorry, becomes a fruit. So when you eat an apple, you're eating the ovary of the flower previously, right? So of course it's not exactly the ovary, but it has grown to become ovary. Okay. Then the ovule will become the seed. Okay. You understand? Okay. So maybe you want to take a look at the apple flower.
The egg cell is the ovule.
Yeah, ovule. Apple flower.
It means when the pollen grain meets the ovules,
Then it's fertilized. That is fertilization. If never meet, no fertilization. That means the bee may be like, then drop the pollen grain there, but then the pollen grain didn't go in, the tube never happened, no fertilization. It must grow and go and meet the egg. Then we call it fertilization has occurred. Okay, if not, don't have. Okay, right. So this is the apple flower, and this is the apple, of course. I want to see like half apple, half flower. You want to see? Have you seen it before? You see, this one becomes an apple, no? But where is the apple, flower, half? Wait. Yeah, they don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the how does apple flower become apple? There, this one. See, flower, right? Looks a bit like apple, becoming more and more like apple, bigger apple. Right? So that's what it looks like. Okay, that's how it looks like. Flower become this. So you're eating like a flower. Have you eaten flower before? I have eaten flower before.
What flower?
I don't know. Because a long time ago I went to Korea and they have a flower meal. Flower meal. That means you go in, you know, Subway you eat sandwich, right? You get the salad, vegetable. But I go into this restaurant, they eat flower. Yeah, so I ask you what flower you want to eat? You know, you just take lor. Just choose and then they will put sauce. What sauce you want? Barbecue sauce or
Is it
kimchi?
nice?
No. It's not nice. I don't like to eat flower. I prefer the fruit because it's not sweet. The flower not sweet one. You need to put the sauce. So the fruit is sweet. Why? Because inside got where does it get its the flesh from? The flesh comes from where? Like why does it grow like that? this is the process of photosynthesis, right? So the plant photosynthesize and makes food. So extra food, which is glucose. You know what's glucose? Sugar, right? Gets stored into this stuff, and then it grows bigger. So when you bite this, so nice, it's sweet. And then what do monkeys do after that? Let's say monkey eat the apple, they will munch, and then it's so nice, huh? The seed, can you eat the seed? Cannot. It will like spit out, or either throw at their friend, pew, or they will poop out the seed. Okay, so this is the next part. That's called dispersal. Okay, right? So you get to see the seeds. Alright, so of course, dispersal, there are different types of dispersal, right? For this apple, what type of dispersal is it known as? Is it dispersed? Okay, do you know the different ways in which seeds are being dispersed? We have water, wind, animal, and explosive action. Okay, do you think this is explosive action? If it's explosive action, that means the apple will explode, no? Right? So last time got a student asked me, is that why you get sparkling apple juice? You know what's sparkling apple juice? Yeah. Like got a lot of gas, fizzy one, right? So is it from exploding apples? No, that's not true. Okay, this sparkling apple juice is when they add carbon dioxide gas inside, so you get sparkling apple juice. Okay, so this is dispersed by animals. Dispersed by animal. Why? Because it has a sweet flesh, and the animal will come and eat this thing, but then it will not be able to eat the seed. It will also not be able to digest the seed. So either they spit it out, or they throw it away, or they poop. So the seed will go somewhere else. Okay, right? So that's how it's being dispersed. Right, so actually we are now going into the next part. Of the cycle. You can see we have talked about germination, we talk about pollination and fertilization. So the next part is dispersal. Okay, so I jumped pretty fast. I'm not necessarily following all the went through all this stuff as well. Methods of method of pollination. Later I should talk about that. Okay, so we go and take a look at dispersal. Dispersal of seeds and fruit. Over here. Okay. So let's talk about dispersal. Dispersal, okay. So there are many ways in which fruits and seeds can be dispersed. Namely, there are four. There are four which we learned. Is dispersed by wind, animals, water, or splitting. Okay, over here. So here are some examples of fruits that are dispersed by these different methods. Okay, many examples. So what you need to know are the characteristics. Like for example, if it's dispersed by wind, it has to be wing. It has to have this wing-like parachute structures, right? If it is dispersed by animals, it has to be juicy, fragrant, sweet, right? If it's dispersed by water, it needs to have a waterproof outer layer, fibrous husk, etc. Okay, spitting, it has to be usually very dry, and then it will explode, Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to explore the different fruits over here and see exactly why they disperse the way they do. So the first one is shoria. Let's take a look at a photograph of shoria. Shoria. What is this? Why did you give me this? Shoria fruit. Take a look. Okay, so this is dispersed by wind. Dispersed by wind. Right? Now why? When you drop this thing, it will go into a helicopter like movement. Have you done the experiment for this before? So when you drop it, it will go wee, and then as it's coming down, does it drop very fast or it drop slowly? Slowly, right? And then does it like drop vertical, or if there's wind blow, it will move into another direction. Yeah, you move freely. Okay, you move freely because of wind. So that's the first one. Now the other one is the lalang. Let's take a look at lalang. Fruit. Yeah. Okay. So this is dispersed by wind. This wind. Okay. Why? Because it's cotton-like. Okay. So when the wind blow, you see this is the fruit, right? This one of it. It will fly away, and then it has got the seed over there as well. This tiny seed is the tiny little thing over there. Okay, it will just blow away. Okay, next very common is the angsana. I've lost count the number of times I've seen this angsana. Not the real life one, huh? Oh man, angsana fruit. But in the exam paper, they always ask angsana. Always one. Why? Because it has the wing-like structure. It's called a wing-like structure. It's not a wind-like structure. You know what's the difference between wing, W-I-N-G, and W-I-N-D? Which one is it? Is it the W-I-N-G or W-I-N-D when we say wing-like structure?
W-I-N-D?
G, right? You say G? Correct. Some students say D. It's not wing-like structure, okay? It's wing, like the wing, like it has wing, can fly like that, okay? So this is not ripe yet, so this one cannot fly, but the dry one can fly. Wind blow, it will phew, fly over the place, like coin. Huh? They look like what, you know? They look like the
Where's the seed?
in the middle. Seed is in the middle. The middle. In the middle of the wing-like structure, right? It's a fruit. Okay, so the whole thing will fly. The next one is, what is that? Tridex. Okay, Tridex. Tridex fruit. Okay, so all these, when you look at it, right, straight away you know that this one must be dispersed by wind. How come? Very light. So you can name any of the characteristics here. It is dry, light, small, wing-like structure, right? Does it have all of this? Yeah, I don't think it has a wing-like structure, but it's like dry, it is small, it is light. Okay? And when the wind blows, it will just fly away. Okay, does it look like an animal will eat it?
No.
Yes. Okay, so that's how you can deduce this very quickly. Okay, let's take a look at dispersed by animals. First one, of course, is my favorite fruit, papaya fruit. Yay! Okay, it's my favorite fruit. What's your favorite fruit?
Blackberry.
Blackberries. So how are blackberries dispersed? Animal. Bear likes to eat berries, right? They eat everything, and then they put out all this stuff. Okay. Monkey also like to eat papayas, right? So in this case, they will just eat everything. The seed, everything also inside. So one of the questions that they love to ask is, why does the papaya have so many seeds?
Ovules? A lot of ovules.
Yeah, but why does nature give papaya so many ovules and seeds? What is the reason for that? Why do you think they give so many seeds? Any idea? No. Okay. It is to make sure that some survive and then grow into trees. Yeah, because some of them will be crushed by the monkeys, You know, when the monkey is eating this, they will like, you know. So maybe out of 200 over here, 50 will be crushed by the monkey.
Why some fruits, the seed is big and then some fruits?
Correct. So those big ones, right, only have one. Like what? Mango. See mango. Mango seed. What is this?
Mango seed.
Manago, I spell wrong. Manga. Mango fruit. Alright, so this is mango. How many seeds does mango have? One. Okay, one big one in the middle. See, one big mango seed in the middle. Okay, so when it is when it only have one, it must be big. Why? So that fella won't eat the seed. You know what I mean?
Why like mango, but why cannot be papaya?
Why papaya don't have only one seed? Is it? I don't know. But nature makes it that if it has a lot of seeds, we make sure that when it's tiny, they make sure that it has a lot. Okay, so that some will survive. If it only has one, they make sure that it's big and bitter. Have you tried to bite rambutan seed?
Yeah.
It's not nice one, no? Right? It's very bitter. So as an animal, we learn that we cannot eat rambutan seed because it's very bitter. It's very bitter. Okay, but they still want you to eat the rambutan. Right? Why? Because you will throw the seed away.
But normally we throw the seed to the rubbish bin.
Yeah, because we are we don't live in the jungle, you know. But if you ask Tarzan got rubbish bin or not? Where will he throw rambutan seed? Anywhere, right? He'll just throw anywhere. Okay, but because we are in the we live in houses, we cannot anyhow throw the seed, right? Can you anyhow throw the seed? Yeah. What will happen if you anyhow throw the seed? Your mother will scold you. Why you throw seed in the living room? Then you say, our teacher say rambutan seed must disperse. What? Disperse means you anyhow throw. I cannot, okay? But if your garden, you can throw in the garden. But don't throw in the garden. When suddenly got one rambutan tree come out. And then I'm like, how come got rambutan tree? Right? Okay, so what my dad likes to do is to throw the papaya seed. So our house downstairs actually got a lot of papaya trees, like out of the blue. Yeah, suddenly got a lot. The last time I count, we don't got how many? Got about 8.
8?
Yeah, so the tree grows, something like that. And then say, hey, wow, so cute. At first it's so tiny, so you don't know. Then it becomes like that. Hey, so cute. Then you let it grow. Then suddenly one story high, Yeah, then you give off a lot of papaya fruits. Quite fun to see. Okay, so fruits like these, right? These are the first two. Now how about these two? These two also dispersed by animal. Mimosa. Oh, by the way, what's the characteristics of fruits dispersed by animal? This one must be fleshy, very juicy. Yeah, must be sweet also, right? If it's not sweet, the animal don't like. Okay. Then how about durian? Do you like to eat durian?
Yes.
Durian sweet or not? Yes, also very sweet. Okay, so only have, but durian, inside the durian fruit got a lot of seeds. Yeah.
Some of them is big.
Yeah, some big, some small, got different types, depends, okay? But there are other fruits that's also dispersed by animals, like the mimosa. What? Mimosa fruit. What? Why are you showing this stuff? Okay, it doesn't look like that. Okay, this one. Okay, how come it's also dispersed by animals? Does the animal eat this? Does it see this thing that, it looks like some cotton candy, let me have a bite? Does it go like that? No. Okay, but then why do we categorize it as dispersed by animals?
Because it's bright.
Yeah. Okay, actually it has got this hook-like structures. We call it hooks. Okay, they have hooks that hangs onto the animal fur. So especially when have you ever worn jeans and gone into a field?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you might come out and you see a lot of these tiny little things stuck to your pants, to the jeans, right? Because they have hook-like structures that get stuck there. Okay, so the hook-like structures are the ones that stick. And then because you are an animal, I am also an animal. Not this one, I don't know what this is, but the mimosa. Okay, right? They get hooked onto your your pants or your jeans. Okay, and you help it to disperse to some other location. Right, another one is a love grass. Love grass. Let's take a look. Love grass. Yep. Okay, let's see. Love grass stuck to pants. See? Can you see? Right? Yeah, there's so many, stuck to pants. See? This girl runs across. Get a lot of this love grass stuck to pants. And then of course you go to another location, you wipe them away, right? Okay? I hate love grass because they get stuck and you gotta throw them away. Okay? So these are not tasty at all. I don't think any animals will eat it. Okay, but they still are dispersed by animals. Okay, next one, dispersed by water.
But they're also light, right?
Sorry? Yeah, they're also light. Very light. Can wind blow? Can. But most of them, because they're hooked, stuck to animal. Maybe we should zoom in. Love grass. Zoom. Magnify. But love grass. This, I think they're showing grass magnified. I want the love grass magnified. Magnified love grass. Okay, let's check. Because I want to see the hook. The hook on love grass. Can you see the hook? Hook, close up. Hooks are there. Can you see hook? Tiny little hook. Hook. It gets hooked. Okay? See, very tiny one. It is hooked onto the jeans. Close up hooks. Okay, so the next category is by water. So another one of my favorite, coconut. Coconut drink. Okay, I love to drink coconut drink. Nowadays you can buy from NTUC, right? The one packet of coconut drink, right? So so what's so special about these fruits that makes them dispersed by water?
It's fibrous husk.
Fibrous husk. Okay, so this is the fibrous husk. So okay, where is the fibrous husk? It's actually here. Yeah, this one. Okay, not this. This is the seed already. Right. So this is the fibrous husk. This one, the fibrous husk. So what's so special about the fibrous husk? It has a lot of air spaces. Air spaces. So you can float. Okay, air space, so you can float. Right. What else? Inside is also water. Okay, so when it floats from one beach to another beach, it can have water inside to germinate as well. Okay, it makes use of the food to germinate. Next, lotus. Then we see bong bong. Okay, let's see bong bong. Bong bong. Okay, this one, the dark brown, the brown color one, right? Ooh. Okay, it also has got fibrous husk. It looks like a mini coconut, but cannot eat one. Bong bong is poisonous, right? But I used to see a lot of this. New bong bong fruit is killing hundreds of Americans. Bong bong, because they think can eat, cannot, right? It is poisonous. Okay, so on the road sometimes I see a lot of this bong bong fruit. So it is very dangerous when you are running and then you accidentally step on them. Okay, may hurt your ankle. That's what happened to me. I accidentally stepped on pong pong. Yeah, when I'm running, we run very fast, you cannot see what. Like the pong pong look like some ping pong. Okay, mangrove. Fruit. See, mangrove fruit, huh? So looks like a pong pong as well. Right? Fibrous husk, you know, it has all the characteristics of something that's dispersed by water. Next, we take a look at last one, right? Splitting. So first one is balsam. Right? Fruit. Wow, that looks so tasty, eh? Okay, so balsam fruit. Here's the fruit inside there. So you get
Red thing.
yeah, the red thing. But it looks like bitter gourd, how come? Like that, okay? Balsam splitting. Okay, for this we need to look at videos. Where is video? Yeah, video. Splitting action must see video, then you know what we're talking about. And the best splitting video for is rubber. Rubber seed splitting. Videos. But how to split? Splitting. Rubber seed explosion. Yes. Yep. Let's get a look.
Violet flower seeds are crammed into a special pod. As the pod dries out, the pressure is intense.
Explosive action.
Eventually, something's got to give.
I must give sound effect. I don't know what it's wrong. Okay, I don't know what fruit is this, but
Touch me nots are even more highly strung.
Rubber also something like that.
The slightest contact triggers a chain reaction.
And then one will hit another.
Seeds light up the sky like a fireworks display.
The seed will hit another one. Yeah, so it will go like a lot, right? A lot of explosive action. Of course, the sound, it doesn't sound like that.
Another dramatic display comes from this unassuming looking plant, the squirting cucumber. It only takes a tiny vibration, and the cucumber starts a spectacular show.
This really looks like that. I wonder what happens.
Seeds disappear into the distance like rockets. Spreading new plants in every direction.
If you direct upwards, right? That's it, you know? Your whole face all oh shit, go ahead. Oops, oh, look at the bee. What's that? Yeah, let's see. Yay. And how do I get back? Get back. Here. Okay. So yeah, so rubber seed is another one that has dispersed by explosive action. How come rubber seed explosive action? Rubber plant. Maybe I should find rubber plant. Don't have exploding seed pods. Never mind lah. Okay, but you get the idea, right? That explosive thing. Images. Yeah, so this is a rubber seed. Okay, it explodes. If you go to the now, what does it sound like? It sounds like firecrackers. It really sounds like firecrackers. It's like if you go to botanic garden, sometimes the rubber seed will. They have a lot of rubber trees, and then when the rubber seed is ripe, right? You'll suddenly hear like crack, 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 crack. It's like someone put firecracker behind you. So you gotta run quickly. Because the seed will drop on your head. Really, okay? Okay, so there's a rubber, saga. Okay, so what's the characteristics of all these plants or seeds dispersed in this way? Okay, I'll show you another one. This is saga fruit dispersal. See, some people like to collect this.
Oh, my sister like to collect.
Saga seed. Right, so do you see that they're dry? Usually very dry, right? And the seeds are very hard, very extremely hard. So it can survive the explosion. Kapong, right? And then so you should ask your sister to stop collecting the seed. Because it's trying to reproduce, you know. Right, then your sister go and keep everything in a jar, is it?
Yeah.
Huh? In a jar, looks nice, but then the plant cannot reproduce. The plant will be, hey, can you stop taking my seeds? You know, I need it for reproduction, you know.
The plant is, I think, outside.
Is it just outside here?
Yeah.
Just outside here, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the plant will be like, does your sister bring the jar out?
No, she take a plastic bag and then
If the plant got hands, plant will, if the plant has a mouth, the plant will say, can you stop taking it? You know, or can you pour it somewhere else? Don't bring home and keep. Okay? But how long can she keep it for? Forever.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, but the seed will germinate. Seed can germinate, right? As long as it doesn't touch water. So you gotta tell a sister, a younger sister, right? Or you if you want to disturb her collection, you put a bit of water. Suddenly all the seed become plants. All the root come out, right? And then she has no more collection. Okay, so this is dispersed by splitting action. Next part. Okay, so next part we already explained, right? Germination, so I don't want to talk about that. Okay, next category is if a plant doesn't have seeds, so it will be dispersed by spores. Spores. So example is the ferns spore. Yeah, very ugly looking. Spores.
How they reproduce like?
By spores. So no seeds, you know. No, because it has no seeds. There's no fruits, but it has spores. So to see this, we need to watch video again. Oh, not saga. It's ferns. This one a bit disgusting. I warn you first. Fern spore release. Fern spores under a microscope, right? So where are the spores? They are underneath the plant. Underneath the leaf, right? So later we can go and take a look at the other classroom. You can see a giant fern, usually on top of trees. Got big fern. If you want, you can take a selfie with the fern. Underneath, right? Got a lot of this stuff. I bet you haven't seen this before. Yeah, you see, you'll be like, what the? Like that. Yes, and that's not the disgusting part. They throw their spores. You see how? The spore they throw. Everywhere also. Yeah, so it actually lands on people, okay? Lands on animals, lands on cars, lands on everywhere. So if you are like walking under a fern, you will most likely have, these are microscopic, very tiny one. So you see the spores all over the place, right? Yeah, this is just to show you, right? And there's more. Let's see more spores. 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 Okay, Fern spores extended version. Dispersal of okay, we saw the first one. Okay, so apart from ferns, right, there's also fungi, right? fungi or mushrooms. These are mold, right? They also disperse by spores. Let's take a look.
Some of these genetic particles, in fact, are microscopic.
Fungi or fungi?
Smallest of all belong to fungi.
Some more disgusting.
Fungi are not, to be accurate, plants at all.
So some people
they belong
are
to a
allergic
kingdom
to all
all
this
their
stuff.
own.
You know,
But
some
the
people keep
particles they
sneezing.
produce, called spores,
It's because all these
are
go
in
into
many
the nose.
ways similar to seeds.
And they don't know. Because all these are tiny little
A
spores.
single
You see?
puffball produces so many that someone has
Fungi.
calculated that if for 2
Fungi or
generations
fungi?
every spore grew into an adult,
Fungi.
the resultant mass of puffballs
The
would be
spores are
800
flying
times the volume of the Earth.
Right. And they grow into new fungi.
Like the birdcage plant,
It's
a
a
puffball
scary
can be
thing,
carried
okay?
along by the wind.
Giant
But the
fungi.
real other, smaller fungi are
Okay,
Earth
okay,
stars.
This type.
Their appearance,
usually
just after
mushrooms
they've
are like
emerged above
on the
ground,
ground, right?
gives little hint of how complex they will become.
Big fungi.
As the
wind
damp
blows.
autumn airs blow through the leafless woods, the
Yeah,
Earth
it's
stars
time to
begin
explode.
to transform themselves.
Will go with a bang. Kaboom. Like alien, huh? And we eat all this stuff. Yeah, mushroom. Wait, how come it's not exploding? Yes. As time passes by. Mushroom.
They open at this time of year to take advantage of the falling rain.
Opening already. Okay, go ahead.
A drip gives them all the energy they need to propel their
Like this.
spores.
It's not
into
seed,
the
It's not seed, It's spore. Spore.
Looks like gas.
Yeah, it's spore. So every one of them, because it's so tiny, they will grow into another fungi. Fungi or fungi. What's that called? Okay. So mushroom also, Yeah, mushroom also like that. See? So the spores very
The
tiny.
evolutionist concept
So,
has been disseminated by
even like
different
right now,
branches of human
there's spores
knowledge,
everywhere.
just as
Yeah,
mushroom
there's spores everywhere,
spores
because they're so
are
small.
spread
So small.
on a cool
Flying
breeze.
everywhere. So some people are allergic.
Each new
Especially
season,
they go to the jungle
countless
and then they
spores
step
are
on
released
some
into the
fungi,
autumn air by the
mushroom,
mushroom kingdom.
Right, and they
Over the
smell
period of a
something.
few
You cannot
days,
see them
each
or not.
organism tries to
Can't
reproduce
see
to the
them,
best of its
right? Of
ability.
course, the aircon room you get less, but if it is outside, you see this is a giant mushroom.
The primitive strategy
Spores
used
go
by these
everywhere.
beings consists of creating many countless possibilities for survival.
Everywhere. So you eat mushroom, right? Do you like to eat mushroom? Yeah, it's my favorite also. Okay, so how do we produce the spores? In the wind. Okay. That's why underneath the mushroom, under the umbrella, you see a lot of lines, right? That's where they keep all the spores. You see all the
Each of these
folded
reproductive
parts
cells
below
will
the
find its own fortune.
mushroom. That's where all the spores are.
The wind will blow them in similar directions, but no two will alight on the exact same
I
spot.
wonder what's the background music.
The unique genetic code written on the chromosomes of each cannot be repeated.
Looks like snow.
Yeah, it looks like snow, but those are spores. Each one of them can
They
go
may
into
be
a
quite similar or nearly identical,
Yeah.
but
each
some
one
will triumph
can grow into a mushroom.
and others, the vast majority,
That's why you see
will
mushrooms
not.
everywhere, right?
Yeah, but sometimes I hate them.
Huh?
I keep them.
Some
You
will
keep
be
them,
breathed
yeah,
in
but
by
don't
an
worry, they'll
animal.
grow again.
Others will
You
fall
keep
into
them
the
better,
water,
no? The spore
and
flies.
almost none of the rest
Fly
of
even
them
further,
will
it's stuck
find
on
an
your-
appropriate place to
your
land,
shoe. Then you
and
bring home.
therefore
And
will
then
not
suddenly your garden, hey, how
survive.
come got mushroom, because you kicked one of them.
I used my phone.
But with luck,
So some of them
one
get
of these
stuck on the-
spores,
you see,
perhaps
it's so
just
small, it's
fractionally
like a
rounder
fly.
or more aerodynamic than the others,
Get stuck on the
will be
fly,
able to fly
brings it
higher
all
on
over
the air
place.
turbulence created by
Flies
insects,
everywhere.
or will be more capable of holding up thanks to this year's lower humidity levels. And when it lands in the perfect place with the ideal adaptations, it will grow and prosper there where its siblings couldn't.
Off it goes.
At last, When it reaches the moment of reproduction, its own spores will incorporate those variations in its chromosomes that helped it find success. And its improved design will have a tendency to perpetuate itself in this environment.
Okay, let's come back here. Okay, so that's it, right? So mushrooms, spores, right? Okay, mold. This one even more, slightly more disgusting. Mold. Have you ever wondered how come the mold? Oh, because I typed node. I typed node. Mold. Mold. Mold image. Yucks. Okay, mold on the bread. How come the mold grows on the bread? It's because this is orange, sorry, it's not bread, it's orange. So it's because the mold also has spores.
The mold also has spores.
Yeah, the mold spores are like even smaller, right? And they fly all over the place. So how come it grows on the bread? It's because it got spores on the bread. And then you leave it there, you know, for a long time, right? The mold will grow, see? So you cannot eat already, all this stuff. Okay, so what does this mean? This means there are actually spores everywhere, you know. So you gotta cook your stuff. Make sure you don't eat expired food.
These spores can be any color.
Everywhere. They're everywhere. Spores are everywhere, you see? Because it's so tiny, you see orange also. If not, how come there was a one day, I think last month, I opened my fridge over here, and then suddenly I see one green color stuff like that. You know? And then I thought, hey, who put one golf ball inside here? Or tennis ball. Then I go and see, oh my god! You know what is it? It's an orange from Chinese New Year. Yeah, I should have taken a picture. So I thought it's like a tennis ball, but it looks exactly like that. Okay? Why? Because of spores. Spores. Okay? So, but then where were the spores? Were the spores there when I bought the orange? Yes. It's just like hanging around somewhere. But when it gets enough warmth, enough water, right, enough air, it grows. So the whole thing covered with mold. Can you still eat this? No, you will die because you eat all the spores inside, you know? What if it grows in your stomach and then you will die from this? Alright? Oop. Literally looks like that. Okay? Really just looks like that. Okay, so a lot of food. This growing the algae, mold. Okay, on the bread. Disgusting, right? Okay, so now you know our world is full of spores. It's everywhere, spores are everywhere. As long as it becomes moist, warm enough, and got oxygen, the algae or the mold will grow. Usually on food. So when you eat bread, actually you're eating a bit of spores, but it's fine, you know, tiny little bit, because our stomach has got the acid that kills all this stuff. Okay, so it doesn't matter, but don't go and eat this. This one too much. The stomach says, hey, come on, I'm not so powerful, you know. Don't eat so much spores inside. You give a few spores, I can still kill them. You eat like billions of spores, I cannot. Okay? Right, so that is from spores. Now there's also from different plant parts. So what are the different plant parts? We have, example is this, underground stem, sucker, or even from the leaf. So let's take a look at leaf. I like to look at leaf. Bryophyllum. Bryophyllum. Okay, so have you seen this before? That means the plant reproduces from the leaf. You can see all these jagged little stuff, right? These are tiny plants. Can you see? Okay, here I cannot see. That means the edge of the leaf has got there, tiny plants. So what you do is you can actually pluck them, throw into the ground, onto the ground, and your new plant will grow. Okay, I used to have one. Guess what happened?
It died.
No. Okay, why don't I buy another one? I used to have one of this. Because every time one new leaf come out, the student will pluck. One new leaf come out, the student will pluck. Alright, so there was once, it's full of leaf, and then everyone just pluck out. Just pluck out the thing. Okay? And then after pluck out this one, not enough, take the whole leaf.
Take the whole leaf.
You take the whole leaf, you throw on the ground, it can also grow. The whole plant one whole plant will grow as well. So this is called growing from other plant parts. Okay? Yeah, mine looks something like that. Very cute, tiny little, it's like a tiny little hand. It's like your hand, then here got one hand, one hand come out. Alright? So people like to pluck, take the whole thing and throw into their own garden or somewhere. Okay? So the whole thing, one whole plant will grow from there. Okay, so these different plant parts. This is sucker. Sucker is like banana. So let's see, banana sucker. Okay, so it's at the side. Okay, looks like that. At the side, this is like the mother and the son. The mother, the son, this way. If human beings grow like that, it would be really weird. Right? It's like you're stuck with your mom, like you're stuck there. Hello, I want to eat some ice cream. Then your mom says, no, right? You're a part of me. You are not eating ice cream. Just kidding, okay? But of course, it's inside, it's not outside, but it's inside.
It's together.
Yeah, together at the side. Let's see some real photographs. I thought I saw some. What happened? Wait, didn't I see some new photographs?
What is the small leaf called in the? What do you call the small?
Leaflet.
Leaflet.
I
think it's bud.
Buds, yeah, buds or leaflet. Right, this is a leaf and then the buds or leaflet also can. Okay, then here's one example. It's a sucker. It's an English phrase. When you call something a sucker, it's a bad thing,
Yeah.
You know that, right? So, but this is a sucker. Okay, so sucker growing is attached to the parent plant.
It means, is it the roots and there's one root and then have this?
Oh, where does it come from? Is it? There, looks like that. See?
The roots are together.
Yeah, I think it's like they bundle together. It's like the hand, then suddenly to you, another plant come out. Something like that. You see, multiple suckers growing. How do I go back? Okay. If I go back, it's like. Okay, what other plants grow by sucker? The pineapple. Pineapple tart. Pineapple suckers. Right? You see that? So you have a plant, and then at the side, another one come out. Okay, so what you can do? You see the suckers? That's the sucker.
The pineapples are there.
Huh? Like this is the leaf, right? Then from inside another come out. Like the pineapple, the hair. Then got another thing out from here, right? Reminds me of minion. I don't know why. This looks like a minion. So the hair of the minion got another minion grow, right? So you see this photograph. So below that is one pineapple. You know what I mean? Then at the top, another pineapple. So at the top here, will grow another pineapple. At the top, will grow another pineapple.
So the whole plant. So
Yeah?
this is called the sucker.
Yeah, the sucker. This is the sucker. So how do you grow a pineapple? Does it have seed? No seed, right?
No.
So how do you grow? Have you ever grown pineapple plant?
I watched a video. They
Yeah.
say cut.
Yeah, just cut the top, because the sucker will grow from there. or you just chop like anyhow, like just chop half also can. Just throw on the ground, then another plant will grow. Right? And then the sucker, a lot of pineapples, so you start to see the sucker, see the plant, right? This is a fruit. It just grow up from there. See? Many suckers.
But how does it have the flesh or that?
Oh, it will grow up, then become bigger.
There's also ovary.
No. I don't think it's an ovary. It just grows from sucker. It's a tiny one. Mini one. Inside Nana bread's head. What? Right, so mini. This one the fruit not ripe yet. Okay, pineapple is another one of my favorite fruit. Love to eat pineapples. You see? Sucker growing out. Very interesting, right? All these plants. So that's how you learn science, you know. Science is not, you know, scientists, they didn't come up with all this stuff. They saw things. They say like, hey, what, this pineapple so funny. Hey, don't have seed one, how, where should I classify it? Okay, then we put, okay, let's put suckers. Suckers. You know, so that's how they study science, you know. Science isn't like textbook. Scientists also never study science from textbook. They saw things and then they classify them like that. Right? Next is this, that's why I like to use this iPad, because then you can see what's going on. Okay, next is from underground stem. So we have onion, we have the ginger, we have the potato. Potato is used to grow potatoes. Potato. Budding. Yeah. Right? If you see like that, cannot eat already. Have you seen your potato like that before? Yeah. So you can buy any potato, like go NTUC, you buy potato, you just leave it there for maybe 6 months, you're gonna see all this stuff. Right? Just leave it there. Don't even need to put in the soil. Then this thing will grow. The eyes will start to grow like eyes. Something comes from the eyes.
It does not need soil.
Huh?
It does not need soil.
No, don't need, because it will get the food from the potato. But when the leaf comes out, tiny leaves comes out, right? Then it's time to put inside the soil, because it will use up the energy in the potato. Okay, it will need to be able to photosynthesize and make its own food. Right? So you see the eyes. Cannot eat one, like that cannot eat, poisonous already. Okay? Look like some planet, right? Plants growing on top. Okay, so same for the onion and ginger. Let's grow like that. So they're actually very easy to grow. Just throw them. Just throw them into the soil. Even by itself, you can just throw in the soil. And then the eyes will just grow. Germinating eye bud. That's it. Okay, so now this is good to know, so we don't go through that. This mascot thing, you don't need to test this anymore. And we're done. Okay, with this reproduction in plants. Any questions with the reproduction in plants? No. Okay, so I'd like you to try the questions and then later we'll go through them. Okay, and maybe we take about 5 minutes and we're gonna have a short break. Okay, our first break. That was 1.5 hours so fast.